We can take a moment to just arrive together in the room and in this day. We come into the listening of this moment as the world turns and continues. People working outside, birds flying around, at times chirping. Not interfering, just simple presence. Maybe we can ask the question in an open kind of way. You ask a question and then let us bring you to an experience rather than an answer. There is another sentence. So maybe we ask the question, what is true in this moment? What is true in this moment? And then we don't let the mind answer. Just come to the answer simply with experience, like a felt reply, a felt sense of reply. Just let it bring you there. What is true to this moment? Without judgment or condemnation or labeling. Crown suspended and the spine is nice and aligned. We let the eyes soften, perhaps finding a hint of an inner smile. Settle to the ground. And again, what is true to this moment? A good posture makes us more able, more alert, more awake, more capable. And a soft chest and soft eyes and something a hint of a smile can make us more available, more compassionate, more patient, more loving. What is really true to this moment? When I don't impose my preference, when I don't struggle to achieve, when I don't try to control or optimize. In other sides of my life, I work in conflict areas and I'm closely related with people that are in great situations of suffering and difficulty. And so people ask me often, how do you manage to be with such situations of difficulty? How do you manage to feel all this pain in the world from people you love also there? And I find that to learn how to be with the world is equal to learning how to be with oneself. It's within myself that I experience what I experience. And it starts from now, sitting here. Learning to be with what is, and training and the little things. And as we come in, we also find the suffering of the world within us. Crown suspended, strong spine, shoulders relaxed, chest open, released, eyes soft, steady to the ground. Breathing, in breath, out breath. Finding an outer posture and an inner posture that is able to be with what is. Imperfect. Sometimes pleasant, sometimes unpleasant. For a while we train being with what is, not pushing away, not holding on. Gently, with care. We don't push into anything, don't force into anything, and we also don't move away. Just let grace take over. Be witness. The armors we put up are heavy to carry. And let's breathe and let things soften a bit more. Breathing fully in breath and out breath, making space. Loving through the armors that have been there, put up to protect us. and find their transparency. They're also transparent, breathing through them, finding their porousness, their breathability. We notice how they're not actually as solid or concrete as we thought. And when we come in touch with the pain or with discomfort or sense of disconnection or difficulty within us, I would say let it let it teach you about compassion. Let it deepen us in our capacity to be with what is. And compassion means to suffer with. That's the origin of the word. To feel with, suffer with. So in our capacity to feel, there is living and love. So we stay with what's there. We let the earth ground us, the sky open above us, spine, crown, shoulders, chest, eyes soft, head upright, breathing. And it may not be the easy way through, but it's true and real. It's honest. It's humbling. And we come in touch with this vulnerability and we stay soft, breathe, keep it opening through, loving through, layer by layer, finding that breathability. When you can surrender and let grace take over. So I find that the struggle and conflict we have inside is contributing to the war in this world. So for a while, sitting here together, we can contribute to peace. I like to, our sitting being a prayer. Making peace in ourselves, with ourselves and the world, and being an agent of peace, a warrior of sort of peace. For a while, we don't contribute to the war and the conflict. We don't run away. We don't push away. We don't struggle, hold on, attach. Embody peace, just allowing the greater intelligence to unfold around us, within us, as us. Haven't we been struggling for long enough? And if there is a heavy heart, then let there be a heavy heart. And rejoice in the meeting of truth, whatever is there. But what we all find eventually in the relaxing of that struggle is peace, inherently already there. A joy of sort is there just for being alive. And if there is struggle, let there be struggle. Or else we just get caught in layers of struggle to not struggle. Surrender and let grace take over. And let there be healing. And don't go unconscious. And don't go back to sleep. You stay awake in the midst of it all. Softly breathe in, steady to the ground, spine upright, chest released, crown up, open, eyes soft. We are able. Let's breathe there with what is a few minutes more. If you notice any layer of struggle or forcing, just let that release. Allow. Don't fight the fighting. That just is more fighting. We want to go out there and bring peace to the world, make it a better place. It first, and with it, with the action, needs that finding peace within. We've all heard that before. And if we go out in the name of peace while we're in conflict within us, we are perpetuating the same pattern that we would like to resolve. So this is why it's so helpful to have these kind of practices and to have actual formal time each day where we can come to the experiential understanding and embodiment of peace. And then what power that will have when carried into action. So we'll slowly come into standing, as it's a position we're in a lot of the day. So let's carry, slowly noticing where my conflicting mind maybe starts in a different mood, body, finding just a smooth transition, not worrying too much. If your leg is asleep, just give it a moment. And we can easily have more people here. We can do 2 lines as you like. So you find yourself standing, feet parallel, knees open, slightly bent. A bit like a marionette hanging from a string from the crown. Crown suspended, head upright. Chin comes back a bit in a relaxed way. Shoulders released. Feet steady to the ground. Nice and relaxed to the floor. But also solid, connected to the ground. Really feeling into the ground, every part of the foot. And we look for a balanced weight. Make sure you're not holding with the toes. Almost like you're connecting down with the feet like roots. We find our breath. In breath, out breath. We listen into our body, like where am I in conflict? Where am I holding, tensing up? And we just invite that area to release, and we find a bit of movement, just connecting through the principles of the posture. And we make sure that we don't become in conflict with the conflict. If you make war with war, you have more war. We find the relationship between up and down, lightness and heaviness, and we let them harmonize. We notice perhaps our judgments, our opinions, and the silence that underlies them. We let it harmonize, coexist, make peace. And we stand here and experience the constant fluctuation of comfort and discomfort. How many times it's happened since we woke up, even? How many times it's happened since the start of the session, or even since the last 5 minutes since we stand? And just notice it's constantly changing, fluctuating, having its seasons, and we allow for the system to have its seasons, as we allow for the world to have its seasons. Winter time, summertime. The moon has a light phase and a dark phase. We allow for both, making the moon what it is, in connection to everything else. So allowing for inner cycles and seasons, let's start to flow, coming down, sinking down. Meeting the down and then the up, the in and then the out. Coming around to the Lord Antien. One side fully. Stepping out, other side. Adjusting the feet as needed. Wider stance. Let's meet one last time fully one side and fully the other. And we slow down to the center. Coming in, coming into upward downward form. Meeting the down, and it's like we make friends with the low, with the down and then up. So there's no down without the up, no up without the down. No preference. Just in recognition of the coexistence and of their union. One last time fully. Really meeting the down, feet, earth, heaviness, low, and then up. Into inward, outward. As things open, they also close. As they come out, they also come in. We have our center, spine upright, head connected up, feet to the ground, soft heart, soft eyes. Maybe meeting something like an inner smile or a hint of a smile. See what effects that has on the system. Noticing our struggles and just keep flowing through them. Allow them to have their seasons, their cycle. Not fighting. Let it change. Comfort, discomfort. Coming back to the center. And finding a moment there like a crack, like a space in between, impersonal. An interruption from all our personal trying, controlling. Just an in-between moment. It's not this or that. Maybe it extends. Shifting the weight to one side. Lifting the other foot 45 degree. Then shifting on the 45-degree foot. And stepping up with the other foot and hand, correspondent hand that comes around, down, up. Stepping forward, front foot 90, back foot 45. The lower palm is towards the earth at the level of the dantian. We're just moving forward and back with the weight. And then the upper hand starts to cycle around. So you start to turn the direction where your fingers are pointing. It comes down a bit at heart level, so we'll cycle at the level of the heart. Can be done at different heights, this form. And now we're going at the heart. It's nicknamed by the martial artists single hand push. I don't know what name it would have had originally. So coming forward, the hand goes forward, and then coming back, it comes closer. So also the weight in the feet and hand come back. So we have a still point. The lower hand represents the point of stillness, not stuck, but represents the point of stillness in relationship to the other hand. And the upper hand is motion. Cycling forward, there's a going away and expansion, more of a yang kind of quality. At the moment, that's what we're practicing. And then we practice yin, receiving, yielding as we come back. So we go through the cycle of going forward, outward with the upper hand, and then back, closer. And with it, there's a relationship between the two hands. Also, there's a yin-yang relationship there, where the lower hand is the yin It's less seen. It's more still and quiet there, less emotion. So we let the two harmonize, the point of stillness, less motion, less visibility, and the one of more. Like you're both there together for each other, as each other. And at the same time, the upper hand also has a yin and yang component. Forward, more yang, like the expansion. Coming back, the yin, yielding, compression. So can we be inclusive of all those different aspects to whatever degree? The thinking mind can do it, not the tool for the job. It's not of the conceptual mind. Yeah, we flood our body with presence, listening. Flood the body with like a mental kind of listening or a feeling, whatever word works for you. So we're going out and coming in, forward and back, stillness and motion. Ground suspended and feet steady, relaxed to the ground. We have our center. Also, the lower palm can help us remind us of our center. Lower dantian, center axis. Let's do one last round, fully. And very mindfully, consciously, we come back to forward and back. Being fully with every part of the movement. Imperfect, following through the transition, shifting back and then forward. As we come forward, mindfully turning, back heel, crown suspended, coming back. Front foot comes back, feet parallel. Never stop moving. Sometimes it may seem very still, but there's still movement, expansion, compression. If you want to synchronize the breath, in breath expand, out breath compress. And sometimes it may slow down so deeply. Just listen and follow. Listen to its speed. It's like you let grace take over. What's the world's speed right now in this experience that I'm experiencing? Let's come to the other side. Shifting the weight. Other foot 45. Coming towards that foot. And then the other foot steps forward with its correspondent hand coming around and up. Back foot 45, front foot 90. So for now we shift forward and back. And then we come around with the upper hand, circling. As we come back, the hand comes closer to the heart. As we go forward, it moves away. So check the direction. It's your first time doing it. Tip of the tongue is gently touching the roof of the mouth. Relax the base of the tongue. Crown suspended and feet rested to the ground. Stable, grounded. If you wish to synchronize breath, out breath forward and breath back. Lower hand is a point of stillness. Upper hand of movement, or yin and yang. Relationship between the two hands. And then also the upper hand expanding out as we go forward and in as we come back. There's also, call it an inner posture. If you try too hard, it gets hard, rigid, forceful, tense. And it's other opposite, too less. It becomes a bit sloppy, sleepy, lazy, dispersed. So there is also that internal posture components of the quality of one's attention that is there too. Attention is too tight, we tighten, too loose, it gets dispersed. So we have a nice full movement, whole body together, released and aligned. Finding that intimacy in a way between structure and flow. There's an intimacy between them, and we just flow in that. This form also we practice with two persons. Very nice practice to do with someone else, with the two wrists in contact. Let's do it one last time. It's all in relationship. Then also we meet the other. Also there, the yin and the yang with the outside and inside. So coming forward and back mindfully, with care. As we come forward, we turn the back heel. Let's flow, opening. You may have done this form before, but it's now a completely new form. And each cycle is a new form, and each moment of the cycle. So don't think that you've done this form before. So we stay with the freshness. So let's flow about one full flow for full flow. Follow your own speed. No part left out. Connecting to up and staying up this time. So next time you're around here, sinking down with the elbows towards the lower dantian, the lower belly. And up, opening. Feet relaxed to the ground, steady. Tailbone sunk. Releasing the lower back, almost like sitting on the edge of a stool behind us. Crown suspended. Elbows released, sunk. And with the in-breath, we expand a bit. And with the out-breath, compress, sinking down. And connecting to up one last time with lightness, expanding. Feet steady. And really connect up and around, like wrapping around as we come back in. Let the hands be led by the feeling. Just follow that vastness, gets smaller and smaller. Follow your own speed. And it comes in, hands come closer and closer, and we come into prayer posture. Take your time. Hands come close, but don't touch. Sinking down a bit, and then floating, rising, expanding. Hands stay close, we listen there. Within the space between the palms, in the palm, and around the palm. We find a steadiness in the relationship between yin and yang there. Expansion, compression. Hands move away if you want with the in-breath and closer with the out-breath. So one base breath we work with is in-breath expand. It's like that space gets a bit bigger. And out-breath compress. Hands move closer. It's through the feeling though, not so much the muscle or the thinking mind. Now, muscle is involved, thinking mind is involved, everything's involved. But flood the arms, flood the hands with feeling. Really embodying them. Perhaps through the gateway of sensation. Perhaps we are already in more subtler layers of that, depending how long you've practiced or the feeling of today. And we stay, learn to stay. And we let grace perhaps take over our hands, arms, body, surrounding. Follow whatever speed is naturally there. Listen so deeply, abandon yourself to the listening. in a soft and dedicated surrender. And staying with that, feet to the ground, steady. You start to rise, so the feeling in the palm comes up. Make sure that you stay so gentle. Don't push anything. Just allow it to rise. And see, maybe it rises more, maybe less. Again, don't force it. Shoulders released. Comes up and starts to open as we come up. Eyes soft. Maybe they open as well a bit, releasing the outside of the eye, crown. Gently, eyes opening, letting the light feeling comes from up, down, following down gently. Like you let this lightness spread through from the crown to the head, to the neck, to the shoulders, arms, hands, torso, belly, hips, legs, feet. In breath, expand if that you're following the breath. And we really let the fingertips release, like in draining form or discharge form. Like discharging and any heaviness down, any hardness, any holding. All 10 fingertips, feet, tailbone, everything connecting down. Like a bit of an energetic shower of sorts, just clearing out some extra stuff, letting it sink. Like this brightness can fill our body, lighten everything up a bit. Out breath, sinking down, release. In breath, making space. Beautiful. Sitting a bit almost I like to sitting, thinking. And then from the down we find again floating up. So gently, tailbone sunk up through the spine, vertebrae. Follow whatever speed is there. Starts to come up left and right. Don't force it. It continues coming up and around, connecting to the sky. That lightness, that spaciousness of up. And then from the sky, it comes in. Follow in gently. Don't push, don't force. Just follow. You just kind of surrender to that, listening to its speed through the body, through the head and neck and heart. Continue coming down, each in their own speed, till we come through the diaphragm and lower belly. Settle there. Perhaps some of us still have some feeling left, like something stayed up. We just keep letting it come down. Just wait. It will naturally come down. Listen there, rest there, the lower dantian area. Feet relaxed. You let it come down and gather, as if there's a container that can gather here in the lower dantian. And just do one last short, slow, coming around and breath expand. Sinking down, palms open, released, sincerity, simplicity. And we let it come around and we let it come to the heart. So connecting up to the heart, to the sky, and then around to the heart, which is at the center of the chest, also called the middle dantian. Palms point inward towards the center of the chest and fingertips to each other. You can release the thumb. In breath, we expand if you like, and out breath, compress. We rest the feeling there at the heart, at the chest. Relaxing the base of the tongue, tip of the tongue touching the roof of the mouth. Releasing through that point, that little hole between the collarbones just above. Releasing there. And see how that releases the heart, the chest. And then you let just the feeling spread through the chest, maybe just through the skin at first. And deeper inside, ribs, bones, flesh. And to more subtler dimensions. And really we're just breathing and resting there. Don't be imposing. But we stay. So let's do one last round of breath fully. Or two as you feel. And then next time we come in, we also turn the palm downward a bit. And gently follow. We let the feeling from the heart stabilize to the lower dantian, finding their relationship, their connection. Almost like we are re-establishing the connection. If it was by any chance a bit broken or obstructed in any way. And the same can be done from the head to the heart, heart to dantian. But you just get a sense of that, and then we'll come to closing. Crown suspended, head to heart, heart to lower dantian. And we come in one side, other side, shifting the feet. Coming towards the center. Let's find the center a moment before coming to closing form. And mindfully, with care, coming around to closing form. And let's repeat. And one last time. Fully. No part missed. So we have the head, the heart, the Lord Antien, crown, feet. center axis. It's like feeling the center channel in the body, a sense of that. We allow ourselves even to be like, we're not fixed there, to go a bit around it. Sometimes going around it means it's the way to find it, actually. You go off and that's how you find the on. Perhaps turning around the center axis, going forward and back and left and right. Center of gravity and of our weight is the lower dantian. Let the mind rest there and like come in. When you're ready, elbows can come to the left and the right and the hands follow. Fingertips to the earth, tailbone to the earth. There's the breath. And back. I went a couple minutes over. Thank you. If you have the time, I'd advise sitting a bit or flowing, standing, just taking a moment before going to the things of life and talking and phone and so on. Thank you.